And we are back. So we'll do something a little different this week. Oh, there's two things, two segments. Let's call them segments. I want you guys to listen to that I found very interesting. I there because I don't want to go through the entire thing. Like I said, I don't have the time to go through an hour, 2 hour long video because that would take me months to months, weeks to complete. So I'll look at certain instances in this video that I found very fascinating, and I think you guys would agree as well. So first off, we'll take a look at this bit. So the premises, well, the beginning of this really is Lorne lying about going out and getting drunk. So he was denying it, and she was not buying it. And then he finally caved in and said, "Yes, I went out drinking and I spent money and bought these people all sorts of things, and that's where we shall pick up." And this is peak Lorne. So get ready for some crazy shit as we go on.
Well, I'm gonna talk Bill, but there's the truth. I'm sorry to tell you before. I gotta stop doing that. So really just get deep, to be honest with
Took a long time to get that.
you. Yeah, but I knew it would come. I really have to be honest with you because I feel like you're the only one that can help me.
Well, in order for you to be helped, you have to want to be helped and you have to do all the things that are going to help you.
I know, and I want to be helped.
So, I mean, well, think about this. What do you think happens to me if you drive drunk and you get arrested?
Hey, I put some extra shit on it. So I never even thought about it.
Well, how do you think that would impact my life?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I never even thought about it.
Well,
I'm sorry.
what I'm trying to tell you is that my day is going to be the same regardless of whether you get arrested or not.
No, I don't think you did. You're gonna be the same.
Oh, it will be. I'm going to get
I
up,
don't,
I'm going to go to the beach, and I'm going to have fun with my friends, and you're going to be stuck in jail. So it's not going
you're
to
gonna be
impact
bothered.
me. I won't feel
You're
sorry for
gonna
you.
you're gonna be bothered by me being in jail,
Not really.
and it's gonna say, yeah, really,
No.
it's gonna be my fault that you're bothered by it. So it's gonna take time out of your day because you be thinking about me
No, I won't be thinking about
being
you.
in jail.
I won't. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, see, I think you're lying to me on that one.
No, I'm telling you the absolute truth because it's going to
I
be
don't
your
think you are.
problem, not mine.
I
It's
don't
going
think
to
you
it's
are telling me the
going
absolute
to
truth.
be your
Listen to
problem
me.
and not
You need to
mine.
listen to me on this one.
Hurry up and
I
spit it
don't
the fuck out then.
don't be like that just when I want to speak.
Hurry up.
I don't think that you're telling me the absolute truth because I think you are going to be bothered by it because you care enough to take this fucking time that you're taking to help me. So it's obviously going to bother you.
It's not
It's
going to
going to
bother
take
me.
time out of your.
It's not going to bother me.
You're not going to listen to what I'm saying. So,
No, you're trying to make it like your life decisions are going to have an impact on me, and they're not going to. I'm going to hear that you got arrested for DUI. I'm going to say, haha, what an asshole. And then I'm going to go to the beach.
no, you're not.
Yeah, I will. Do you think I'm going to sit
No,
at home and cry? Are you serious?
you're going to be upset.
No, I won't, is what I'm telling you. My life is going to be perfectly fine. You're going to be sitting in jail. So be it.
All right, well,
Okay. I mean, you can try to make it as if that's not the way that it's going to be. Your decisions are going to have an impact on your life, not mine. I'm not going to be sitting there, oh my God, I hope he's okay. Because I'm not going to give a shit.
No, I know you're fucking lying.
You put yourself there, is what I'm saying. I don't have any control over your actions. If you decide to disregard everything that I've tried to help you with and you go and do this again and you get yourself arrested, I don't give a shit. Go and do that. My life is going to go on. My days are going to be just how I want them to be, based on my own decisions. That's what I'm telling you. That's what it was like, when you got arrested the first time. There were people who were upset with you, but they get up the next day and they go about the things that they're supposed to do. They're not going to sit at home and be like, "Oh, Lorne, poor Lorne." It's the same thing with this.
If they get up and do the things they're supposed to, but the day isn't the same.
But Lorne, I'm not going to sit here and be sad for you.
It's no different than when me when you was in the hospital.
It's very,
I get up and do what I had to do, but my day was not the same.
well,
So it's the projection. That's the one thing. And the other thing is, just because someone talks to you, it actually doesn't mean they like you. I think he struggles with that. He struggles with that a lot. Just because someone spends hours on the phone with you, it doesn't automatically mean that this person likes me, or they they find me attractive, things like that. And he doesn't get that. He doesn't get that people can be trolls, really. And he doesn't get the entire troll culture thing. He doesn't get it. And I mean, it's a complicated thing, really. Being a troll, like like these people, they spend hours on the phone with him, sometimes every day, talking to him for like 2 hours or even more. They do take time out of their day to speak to him. So in your mind, that would logically mean that these people, that they must like me. But it's the way the conversation is structured as well. Like in these conversations, these people are sometimes they're they are not nice people towards him. So that would be a red flag to a normal person, that maybe this person doesn't like me as much as I think they do. So, but with him, that doesn't register. He doesn't pick up on that. If if I'm on the phone with someone and they are they're calling me a pedophile, even if even if it were true, it would bother me. And it does bother him, but he keeps picking up the phone call. He keeps picking up. He keeps talking to these people. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get that people troll him. And he doesn't get that even just because you talk to him for hours on end. It doesn't mean you're serious about him, or you even like him. For example, I do some trolling. I dabble in the dark arts of trolling. But my troll is nothing like this. My trolling is. Have you ever seen the movie? Ever seen the movie Saw? Right? And there's a character in it called Jigsaw. And what I would do would be I would troll message boards, and I would say something like, I would have a photo of Jigsaw, and I would say something like, what are the charges, officer? I haven't murdered anyone. And I would say something along the lines of, like, I'm a law student. I'm not a law student, by the way. I'm a law student, and I can't solve this. I can't solve this case. I can't do this. He's right. He didn't murder anyone. They chose to kill themselves. They Jigsaw gave them free will. and they chose to die. He didn't do anything wrong. The the best you can get Jigsaw is, the best charges you can get Jigsaw on is probably kidnapping, and that's as far as you can take it. But even with the kidnapping thing, if he has a good lawyer, Jigsaw could easily get off. He would easily get off. They would have to let it go. So that would be that would be my troll, and people will take it. People actually take it seriously. People would like give you like essays as to why Jigsaw broke the law, like why why he would definitely go to jail. And I'm like, I'm not serious about any of this. I'm just, like I said, I'm just a dirty troll, right? I'm telling these people, no, Jigsaw, no, 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 I don't believe that. I'm a law student. I've studied this case. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry, you're wrong. Jigsaw would not be. You can convict Jigsaw. You gave them free will. If you gave them free will and they chose to die, they chose to kill themselves. He gives them instructions on how to get out. And they chose to ignore these instructions. You didn't do anything wrong. so, so that would be me. That would be me. So yeah. So if you see anyone online arguing that Jigsaw didn't do anything wrong, it's most likely me. But yeah, and I think Lorne would actually take someone like me seriously if I was doing something along those lines. Lorne saw that. Lorne would be very invested in proving me wrong. Like, no, no, you're wrong, because he doesn't. He's so naive. He's very naive, and he would not pick up on it. He would not. He would ignore anything that, maybe there's like a voice in the back of his mind telling him this person is full of shit, but he would just ignore it and just plow straight in, like, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, because what she's saying is true. She would not give a shit. She would not care. Why would she? Why would anyone give a shit? Because he does it all the time. He does it all the time, and he expects you to like forgive him all the time. Yes, and he lies a lot as well. He will lie to you, and he will be on, the next day telling you how honest he is. I don't I don't get how his mind works. It just I don't get it. I don't get it. I find he's not consistent with his logic. So, like I said, he would tell you something, and then the next day he will tell you, a different thing, and he expects you to not. I don't think he expects you to not think that he's lying. I just think you're just supposed to accept it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And if someone was saying this to me as well, saying they don't give a shit about me, that's where the conversation would end. You can't force other people to give a shit about you. And I think that's why he says certain things like this. He's looking for you to give a shit about him. That's why he tells you these certain things. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's the first one. I'm trying to make this video not as long as the usual offerings. So yeah, that's the first bit. His So what would you say that is? He's in denial. He's delusional, and he's naive. Can you guys think about anything else in that interaction where someone tells you they don't give a shit about you, and you're like, no, no, yeah, and he's projecting as well because he thinks because he felt like she felt bad when she was in the hospital, so she would feel bad for him. But then again, that would lead to the be naive, I guess, because you give a shit. Even saying that, I don't truly think Lorne like cares about the. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Lorne, it's all about himself, really. It all comes back to him. So it's hard for me to really accept that. So that's the first one. So the second one, this is so good. This is so good. I've been waiting for you guys to listen to this one because it explains a lot about Lorne. It explains so much. And I can't wait for you guys to listen to this one. So here we go. Let's dive into this one. This is maybe one of my favorite Lorne moments in these catfish calls. Anyways, so let's go.
Mhm.
I don't think me and Winnie get this far.
Okay. Well, that's exactly what needs to happen. Because what ends up coming out of your mouth is, it's my fault. I'm the one who said all those things. I'm the one that went to the house, but I know that I didn't want to.
I know this needs to happen. I just hate it. I hate it because I don't want to read the shit.
Okay, well, we're going to do it.
What's driving you?
What's driving me?
Yeah.
What's driving me is a lot of stuff. Um, what's driving me to go through this with you is that I think that you have been in denial for way too long. And originally, when you were talking to Winnie, I hated your relationship. And I thought
Why?
it was because it was destructive, it was abusive. You guys yelled and screamed at each other. You were drinking, she was high. It was a fucking mess. And I kind of started to get more of a picture of how much of a mess you really are. And I think that I'm a logical person, I'm reasonable, I can help you sort of break things down. And you started to listen to me. So I'm going to use that and hopefully try to get you past all the horseshit that you've been doing. It's completely unproductive and it hurts everyone. It hurts you and it hurts the other people around you. I'm not saying that you need to walk into every room that you go into and declare who you are. I'm Lorne Armstrong. I'm a registered sex offender. I tried to fuck a kid. Here's my chat log. Here's why I went. All that kind of stuff. That's not what this is about. It's about you being able to finally admit the shit that you did, that you are 100% responsible. It doesn't have anything to do with the abuse that you went through as a kid. It has nothing to do with the way people treated you, your relationships with your family, the fact that your friends walked away, you don't have anyone else, the fact that people screwed you over and therefore you had to take Betty's money and therefore you had to run off to Nashville. None of it is anyone else's fault except for your own, because that's the way that you handled it. So people could have done shitty things to you, but it was the way that you handled it that turned it into a mess for your own life and for the other people that had to then take the brunt of that. If I'm actually able to get through to you at some point with any kind of a pinpoint of light, then great. What I'm hoping is that at some point you stand on your own 2 feet. You don't need to lean on me to make decisions for you. You're actually going to do the right thing on your own because it's the right thing to do, not because you want to make someone else proud for not drinking and driving. So that you can recognize on your own that going to Tony's and Wendy's is hurting you. Not just because you're going there to waste time with them a couple of hours, sit there and watch TV with them, but the fact that you're spending the money that you don't have and you're also buying alcohol and you're drinking. And it's just a series of horrible decisions. That's what's driving me. I mean, when I think about it, and I've seen your YouTube channel where you're making the excuses, and they've carried through to today when Winnie first told me about them. Spent all of that time. You want people to forget or to be able to move on from something that happened 12 years ago, but you haven't acknowledged it, and therefore you can't move on from it either. It's about hopefully breaking away from the predatory behavior. It's hopefully getting you to recognize it. And just because somebody doesn't know that you're doing it, meaning someone's not calling you out on it, as most recently as Rhoda, just because I didn't know what the text messages said, I didn't know the photos that were shared and the conversations that were being had. That doesn't mean that it's okay. And unfortunately, you weren't able to recognize that that behavior was predatory. And that's what's scary, because when you think about it, you were willing to have a sexual conversation and even engage in sex, if it was available to you, with the daughter of someone that you said you were in love with. So, what does that say if you were to have a face to face relationship with someone and they had a daughter who was having whatever feelings towards you or was expressing that in some way, that you would not stop yourself? You wouldn't do the right thing on your own. And the thing is, you're very, very aware of what the right thing is. Because when I had originally said, I'm going to get Rhoda's phone, you knew at that point that I was going to see the conversations that you were having. I was going to see the pictures. And your response to that was, I'm not perfect, Debbie. I remember hearing that so clear. You knew what you were doing. The only time that you were sorry, once again, was because you were getting busted for it. That's when the tears start. It started back when you got arrested. It started probably when you had your DUI. You probably cried then. You cry when you get busted and you start screaming at your friends and accusing them of things and abusing them on the nights that you're drinking. You cry these apologies. And when you get arrested again, because it's probably going to happen, your luck is going to run out. When you get arrested again, guess what's going to happen? You're going to cry. You're going to say, why was I so stupid to do that? I know that I didn't want to. You're going to be leaning on people who accept those tears, like your mom and your aunt, who just want to be supportive of you, but that doesn't mean that they don't think you're a complete shithead. And unfortunately, their own reaction to the things that you're doing, even though you might think that it's nice and it's sweet and they're being gentle, it's not helping you at all. So when I say that you were an attempted rapist, you don't like that. But people haven't been saying that to you for you to actually hear. Because as soon as you hear those words, your reaction is, you don't need to say that. You don't need to use those words. I don't want to hear them. You've been forcing people to essentially be gentle with you because you won't hear anything else. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What am I saying?
I've been forcing people to leave me alone.
You've been wanting them to not see you for who you are, to see you for the thoughts that you've had that have been expressed and that are known, that are out there, that are still continuing. It is so crazy for me, Lorne, to think that you would actually target the daughter of somebody that you said that you're in love with. It's so crazy to me. Why did you do that?
The thing with you and me was just a game.
Really? Is that what you got?
That's what I've been.
Is this what you're getting from everything that I just
Oh,
said?
this the thought that's in my head the whole fucking time that you're talking to me is what?
And what that was beautiful. That was that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect because everything she said was completely correct. Everything she said was right. Everything she said was 100%. And I and he it's just amazing. Nothing goes in. Nothing went in. If this is strange. Like if like for example, let's say you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and they are saying, they're saying something similar to you. They are laying out the truth in all of this, how they feel, how they how they see you, something along these lines, right? They're saying these things, and they went into great detail as to your issues and how they perceive you, stuff like that. There would be a couple of reactions to that. Like a lot of people, and if someone said that to me, I'd probably be annoyed, because you annoyed at the fact that you know it's true. You know it's true, and you have no real rebuttal to it. You can't say what can you say really, but you'd be annoyed, and you'd try to like close yourself off. You'd be you'd be a bit defensive. You'd be annoyed, or you can maybe you can go the second route. I'd probably did this, like I'm saying, this is how I would feel. Either of these two emotions: annoyance, defensiveness, or number two, where you're so annoyed, but you're sad at the same time, because you know it's true, and you accept that it is true. You accept everything that this person said. You just like you go into yourself, and you just like you can't you can't really defend this. You can't really defend what he or she's telling you right now. The only thing you can do is accept it, and like, yes, you're right. You're right. I don't know what else to say, but you're right. You're right. And I'll try to improve, or if I don't, then if you don't feel like I can improve, then maybe it's for the best that we go our separate ways. Those are would be the two ideal reaction for someone, for for a normal human being to have, in my opinion. That should be the normal reaction. But this reaction, I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't know where this came from. I don't know I even I've listened to this segment for like for I don't know how many times, and I still don't understand how his mind moved to that location. I don't get that. I don't understand how, if everything she said to him, it's all true. It's all true. Everything she said was true, and he doesn't. Nothing clicks. Nothing. He didn't pick up on anything. Like, even this would be another like method you can like method people would use. Like, you can pick up you can she could say something, and you can pick apart something that's maybe debatable, and you can pick out that specific thing, and just drive home that specific point. That's that, and you can like run with that one. You can use that one as a defense to yourself. You can use that, like, that's not true. That's not true. I did. That's not how I feel. And you can just hit that all the time. to try to deny everything. Well, you're not denying everything. You're denying that specific thing, but it would be like you're denying everything, really. So he could have done that, but the way I, I'm like a broken record. The way his mind works, it doesn't make any sense to me. How you can listen to all that? Like she went into detail. She went on. It was almost like a 10-minute monologue of what's wrong with with you. And the thing you pick up on is the fact that maybe wait a minute. Hey, you don't you don't like me. What? What? Because I think what when he was listening to that, I think he listened to it in as far as everything that she said was like a negative, and even though it's true, it's all negative to him, right? So he thinks she said all these negative things. But how can she like me if this is what she thinks? So it must means she doesn't like me. That's what Goth went through his head. Like someone said, I'm right. Yes, I'm right. I'm right. You're damn right. I'm right. What was it? Yeah, this guy. Yeah, he has no capacity for self reflection, and I stand by that. And I stand by that 100%. This would have been perfect, the perfect moment for him to take a serious look at himself and think, fuck, I'm a fucking, I'm really fucked up actually. This would have been the moment, if there was a moment in his life to finally look into himself and like, you know, I should get my shit sorted out. I should get myself some help, something. I should try to do something with myself. Try to improve myself. But that 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 didn't nothing like that went through his mind. Nothing like that went through his mind. The only thing that matters to him is that he has someone that he thinks likes him. And that's fucking sad. That's fucking sad. Because how can you how can you how can someone like you if he but I don't think he even does he like himself or does he care? Because if he did like himself, he'd try at least try to improve himself. Because the two instances I showed you, he was lying to her about him going out and not drinking. He was lying. He did drink, and and it just morphed into this thing of just constant being in denial about himself or just lying about himself, or just completely ignore everything and focus on something completely different. Like fuck me, man. Just imagine, imagine. I can't imagine having like my girlfriend, or if I had a girlfriend, and she's breaking up with me, and she laid out all the reason as to why she's breaking up with me, and then my response would be, "Hey, you didn't like me, like it's just mad. It's just it's mad." and it's very frustrating as well because it's so simple, and you'd love him. You even though I don't like it's fucking Lauren. I don't like him, but it would bring a smile to my face. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, but it would make me even it would amuse me if there's like a light bulb moment, and then he finally gets it. He finally gets it, and and that's it. That would be it. But he will never get it because even now, even to this day, he is still being catfished. To this very day, I've not listened to these. No, I don't know if they're even out. I have no idea. If someone knows, tell me. But even to this day, he's still being trolled. This man is like he's like he's 50 something, and he's been falling for the same thing over and over again. And when he's when someone holds up a mirror for him to finally look at himself, to finally see him for what he is, he completely ignores it. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And this is why I find him interesting. Like I like strange people online. You know, I like Lorne. I like Chris Chan. I like King Cobra, JFS. I like Dark Side Phil. I like strange people online. I love them. I love them. And I think Lorne is probably my favorite one. But these people, I think that a lot of that's what I think they all share that maybe not King Cobra. I think maybe King Cobra knows more about him. He knows certain things about himself, but he doesn't. He doesn't give a shit. I think, yeah, I think out of all of these people I mentioned, I think he without a doubt, Lord is probably the worst because of obviously because of what he was trying to do and stuff like that. He's probably the worst of them all. And like I don't think all of the people I mentioned are bad. I think he Lord is a bad person. I'm not sure about anyone else. It's hit and miss with everyone else I mentioned, but he is without a doubt a bad person in my opinion. But what do you guys think? I love to like listen. What are your opinions on that one? When he's faced with the facts about himself and he just goes into a different tangent altogether. I'll finish. I'll let you listen to the rest of it, to his response. But that's so interesting.
Why would you play me like that?
Lorne,
I fucking love you.
you didn't
Stress
hear
my ass out over you when you were in the fucking hospital.
you didn't hear
Because the
anything
fucking piece of
that
shit
I
is rolled
said.
all over your fucking ass.
You didn't hear anything I said.
Yeah, I did.
You
Heard
didn't.
everything you said.
Then talk to me about what I said. Don't come at me like as if I have anything to do with anything I just said. I was not in that scenario. You had asked me, what is my goal, essentially? And I explained it to you. The reasons why I am going through this with you. And your response is, so you're playing a game with me? The reason why you're sitting here and allowing me to go through this with you is because you think that I'm going to care more than doing just that. So that tells me that your motivation for doing this has nothing to do with getting better.
Right now, I don't care what it tells you.
What are you talking about, dude?
You went way back. It's like, it seems like you had this whole thing planned out to play me like you liked me, just so that you get to this point to help me.
No, I
When you
didn't.
didn't really like me.
No, I didn't really like you. I had already told you that.
You really fucking despise me is what you do.
If I,
And that's his problem. Like I said, that's his problem. That's it.